Two Irish citizens who were on board the cruise boat which was hit by a killer Hantavirus have arrived back in Ireland. 3 other people, including a German wife and husband, died on the vessel. Around 90 other nationalities were taken off the boat yesterday, with the remainder being repatriated today. We're joined in studio now by Professor Mary Horgan, Interim Chief Medical Officer. You're very welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Audrey.
What can you tell us, Professor Horgan, about the 2 Irish citizens and what is happening to them now?
The good news is they're back in Ireland. They're in good spirits, they're in good health, and they've demonstrated no signs of symptoms. I don't want to go into the more detail respecting their privacy, but they're getting the best of care back at home.
And how long will they have to quarantine for?
At this point, it's day 0 is May 6th, and the quarantine time is up to 6 weeks or 42 days.
And are they being quarantined in a specific HSE-run facility?
Yeah, as I said, I don't want to go into the details, but they are in the appropriate facility within the HSE, yes, and been well cared for there.
Yes, because I was wondering, presumably they'll be tested and monitored. Will they also be offered psychological supports for having to quarantine for such a significant period
Yes,
of time?
they would. I mean, the approach is the looking after the whole person, the physical and mental health, so all those supports will be in place, and no doubt they are very glad to be back in Ireland.
We're told that 2 people who were on board the boat have tested positive, despite presumably being screened after disembarking the boat in Tenerife yesterday. Is that worrying?
Well, firstly, I think it shows that the process by which people are being repatriated and assessed is working. The safe passage from the boat disembarkment, the transit to their home countries is really important. Part of that process was the assessment, some of which included testing if that was required. So that is working, and I think it's really important to acknowledge the ECDC guidelines, the European Centre for Disease Control. That's what we're adhering to here and elsewhere across Europe.
But they showed symptoms on the plane. At least one of them did, we're told. The French person who the French health minister is saying this morning their condition has deteriorated. So if they were screened and were subject to some form of assessment after disembarking the boat, should they have been allowed to board a plane back to their home country?
Yes, because the process by which they were transited back to their country involved really a robust infection prevention and control. People do get sick on planes, and certainly from our stand, the presence of senior HSE medics was absolutely crucial part of that transit. The purpose and the guidelines are very clear, what to do, what care paths to use if people have no symptoms. In the event they get symptoms, a different care path is used, and that's exactly what happened with the French passengers.
Was there ever any question of someone, if they did test positive after disembarking, being held in Tenerife, quarantining in Tenerife? Was that ever an option?
That would have been an option if they were very ill, but the plan was to try to repatriate them as soon as possible. And it is actually good that they're back in France, close, not on a boat, if they get sick, close to the best healthcare facilities that can support them through their illness.
So what are you thinking this morning then, Professor Horgan, when you hear that 2 have tested positive? Could that 2 multiply very quickly?
No, not necessarily. When you look at the number of passengers and crew on board, 149, of those only 8 were either confirmed or probable cases. That's still a very small number. And just to reassure the public that this infection firstly is very rare, the likelihood of person-to-person transmission is very low, and that's been confirmed by ECDC and WHO. So that's a really important message to get across. We don't see this transmitting in the community at all, but on the precautionary principle, we have adhered to all of the infection prevention and control precautions that are required to keep the 2 passengers safe, but also the broader public safe.
Is it imperative that the 30 people who left the boat before it got to Tenerife are traced?
Yes, and that process is ongoing. And thankfully, there's no reports of cases outside that the outbreak on the boat. This is not COVID. This is not influenza. It is not a pandemic. And I think that's very important for the public to know. And I'd also would take the opportunity to acknowledge the government of Spain, the Ministry of Health in Spain, who were really key in coordinating the response. I mean, this was a cross-government response in Ireland, led by the Department of Health, but with the Department of Taoiseach, Foreign Affairs and Defence, and really to acknowledge the huge work my colleagues in the HSE and the Air Corps did to really have a very smooth transition of those two passengers back to Ireland.
What are the symptoms of the virus?
So the symptoms of the virus are fever, headaches, muscle aches. Some people get diarrhoea and vomiting and respiratory symptoms. Again, this is a very, very rare infection. Some of those symptoms, we can experience with flu, but really you need to have a contact. You need to have a close contact for a prolonged period of time.
So if someone has those symptoms and is worried, is there a test that they can do to check if they have this virus?
Well, first of all, they need to be a close contact. And the number of close contacts is very limited to the boat. Yes, there is a test available which would be used in those close contacts, but not beyond that, because there isn't a need. Our public health structures here really are robust. The infection prevention and control that have been put in place have really been outstanding, and it really is a sign of the teamwork. And I must say, as an Irish person, particularly proud of how we were able to stand beside big nations and get our two passengers back home to Ireland.
What is the treatment for the hantavirus?
So the treatment is supportive. In other words, if people develop symptoms like respiratory symptoms or any kidney failure, they are supported in intensive care unit settings. Currently, there's no vaccine. There is no drug available, but research in those areas is ongoing.
And hospital staff are briefed and ready just in case?
Absolutely. The Mater Hospital has the National Isolation Unit. It has a team of experts, infectious diseases, intensive care, nurses who are all trained up to deal with any potential issues that the two passengers may have. I'm hopeful that won't happen given their good health at the moment and their lack of symptoms.
Are you still a little bit in the dark as to where the people who died from this virus on the ship got it from?
Yes, that investigation is ongoing. It's not clear if they all had the same exposure at the same time or whether there was close contact on the boat afterwards. But again, it was only 8 out of the 149 on the boat that got infected. The investigation is ongoing by authorities in Argentina, but also in close collaboration with the European Centre for Disease Control and indeed WHO.
OK, thank you very much indeed for coming in to talk to us this morning. Professor Mary Horgan, Interim Chief Medical Officer